who's listening in the background, because of how you called it and everything. So I'm gonna try to be more cordial, whatever. You ain't gotta explain that, but or more
There's an
respectful.
important distinction. There's an important distinction. You may have gone off on these people, but you've used words on the internet. And Tommy and his minions have taken this to real life. There's a difference.
Right.
They've attacked you and your family in real life. In your home, your employment, your money, your wife, your sons, both of them. That's real life. And you've never done that to anybody. You've never called an agency on anybody.
Never.
You've never sent taxis or restaurants or delivery Chinese food.
Never.
You've never did this to real life. And there's a big difference.
Let me ask. Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
And somebody who won't.
Let me ask you a question. How do you know I've never done that though? I gotta now grill you. How do you know I've never done that?
Okay, you're right. I don't know that
No,
for sure.
hold on. Let me be specific. Or let me not say how do you know I haven't done it. What leads you to believe that I've never, the latter part, which is call people to their house, stalk them at their house, put their address online and things like that. What makes you believe I've never done that?
Gosh, I guess it's a group of things that lead me to believe that and give you the benefit of the doubt and draw that conclusion. But you're right, I technically don't know that for sure.
Right,
You
let me say
just
this.
as bad as they are in secret, and I don't know it, but I still would have a hard time believing it about you.
Let me say
because
this.
I know that you're
Let me
not
say
hardwired
this.
that way.
This proves that I've never done that, and you're right on the latter part, right? Have you ever seen Vic go live and say that somebody came to his house? I know Vic's address.
I don't really watch other streams, but not that I've heard of.
Tommy. No.
I
Nobody.
think
I know
social
some of these
service
people's
went to
address.
Tommy and maybe one to Vic is all I've heard about, and that's in 4.5 years.
Okay.
And it's compared to 100 people that have shown up at your house.
Right. And I would say you're exactly right. I just wanted to play devil's advocate because I got their addresses. What is it going to do if I send a bunch of pieces to Vic's house? Vic, you know what? You know what I like about Vic, though? I hate Vic, but certain shit about Vic make me laugh. And I'm going to tell you what, right? No matter what you do to Vic, Vic will laugh about it. He'll be mad, but he'll also laugh about it. Why would I send pieces to Vic's house? Vic might say, well, damn, we was just about to... Vic will do some shit like this. Vic will say, well, damn, we was just about to order a pizza, and Tyra sent pizza to my house. Hell, he saved us. You know what I mean? We was great order and have to wait 45 minutes to an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's right here. Why would I
just you doing that to a stranger, to the pizza company, that potentially costing them money for the takeout, the delivery, and the price of the food that they're going to potentially waste if he doesn't pay for it. I just don't think you do that to a stranger.
I swear, I've never done that because I don't feel that it's going to do anything but get me to laugh. But I think I would be laughed at if I did it because they would embrace it. I would never do that. Send like pizza people. I've never done a Craigslist ad on any one of these people. I've never done a pizza. People like, you got to fight fire with fire. Certain things I will fight fire with, but certain things I won't. And in all actuality, I never wanted to fight fire with fire. If you come and try to shoot me up, right, and you kill my family, in all actuality, if I'm actually going to fight fire with fire, I wouldn't even come look for you who shut up my house trying to kill me, but you killed my family members. I would literally go and seek out your family members directly. I could never do that a day in my life because I couldn't live with myself killing somebody that had nothing to do with it. So I would never do like certain shit. I definitely wouldn't fight fire with fire. You kill my family, I'm gonna kill yours. No, I want you. You're the one that did it. Your family had nothing to do with it. When we come to this joning and joking and shit like that, I will go after your family in that sense if you continue to go after mine when I tell you stop. I'm not going after yours and you keep, oh, he a bitch ass nigga or whatever the fuck it is. And we going to keep doing him like that. And, you know, I mean, a lot of the shit I'm doing right now, I don't like it. I'm justified in what I'm doing, but I don't agree with it for the person that I was raised. The man that I was raised for, my mother, my father, my grandmother, my grandfather. I never met my great-grandfather or any greats after that because they died before I was born. And I've been in the presence of 3 greats, and it was females, not males, because the males in my family of the greats was dead. But I've met my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and my great-great-grandmother. all of them in the same fucking room. And I was young. And I remember that because I kept getting my ass whooped because my ass was hard hit. And I always questioned and challenged. And I love that. I wouldn't be the man that I am without the fact that I had loving grandmothers and greats and grandfathers in my family, and it runs in my bloodline. But one thing about me is I'm a fighter, and they always taught me to fight back, never bow down. But then I have a problem with when I fight back, they say, well, you should let that go. But you taught me to fight back and to never bow down. And at the end of the day, I think they respect me for the things that I do, but certain things that I do, they may not agree with the way that I do it. And I'm okay with that. But they taught me how to fight back and never bow down. So that's what I do.
Right. No, I get that. I mean, it makes total sense what you're doing and why. There's no question about that.
Right. And let me say something, you all. This is Liz Malone. And Liz, I wish I had the email. I'm gonna forward the email to you. You know they found out who you are, don't you?
Wouldn't surprise me.
No, they didn't. They think you some other Liz. They messaged me and said, no, check this out. They messaged me and said, this is the Liz. This is the real Liz, True. You better stop because if she keeps posting pictures of her family, we're going to get her. And I laughed and I'll LOL back and said, that's not the real Liz. And for real, they don't even know who you are. They think they know who you are, right?
Well, I don't have a Facebook account. I don't have an Instagram account. I've never been on social media. I've never posted a picture of my family, not one time. So I'm confident that that's not me.
I know it's not you because you actually made me aware of actually who you are. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And for those of you, let me explain something to y'all. Let me explain something to y'all. Liz on the phone line right now. She's a white woman. Do you know that Liz has showed me more love, not just financially? Liz has showed me and my family more love and appreciation than anybody that's black that I've ever met on social media. Let's get that correct, right? Let me explain something to all of y'all listening, not Liz, because she knows. They said, well, Liz didn't do this, and nobody helped you out or nobody looked out when your son passed this, that, the other. Let me tell you something. Liz looked out, and I'm not going to tell y'all to what extent. Liz looked out more than damn near all y'all put together. Facts. And guess what? I never mentioned it, and she never mentioned it either. Liz actually looked out on the death of my son, and y'all that look like me or got the same skin color of me didn't. Am I lying, Liz, or am I telling? We ain't got to tell them the extent of it.
Right. Well, no. I mean, I did. I was very affected and heartbroken by what happened to your son, and for you and your family. So I supported in the best way that I know how from a distance.
Right. And it ain't just that, because you've always came in from the day I've met you. You've always been respectful. Like the other day, you motherfucking you was like grandma. You fucking pulled out the goddamn switches, tied them together, and damn near whooped my ass in my own fucking chat the other day. I was like, do I go fuck Liz up? Do I go kick Liz ass, or do I respect that? You know what I mean? So it was like, and then coming from someone that is not of our or my ethnic background, and y'all supposed to be our enemies. I'm like, how can I consider white people as a whole my enemy when I have people that are not the same skin color as me, understanding where I'm coming from and at least humbling themselves to understand where I'm coming from, whether they rock with it or not. And you're the only person that ever did what you just did the other day, which was call me out. And you don't look at it as a call out. I do. You called me out because you said, hold up, True, I can't rock with this. I can't. And did you notice that I stopped really going in that direction?
I did notice that.
I didn't want you to leave, so I just kind of like said, I guess I bitched up, so to speak, and I segued out of the conversation because I didn't want you to leave because I knew you were genuine. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you know how you talked about you were raised to always fight back and never back down? Like, I was raised to not engage in conflict. Like if there's somebody being an asshole, then at the end of the day, I want to make sure there's only one person being an asshole. Because if I lower myself to being an asshole with them, then there's two assholes.
So look, y'all, Liz on some bullshit, y'all. She exposed me right now because she's literally telling me I've been an asshole too.
That's just how I'm different than you.
I have.
My way's right and your way's wrong.
No, Liz, no. Give me more. I can take constructive criticism because I was being an asshole. But at the point is that the reason why I couldn't not be another asshole is because they had already put me and my family out there, and it's like I was taught never to back down. Even if I was, I think I'd still been that asshole. I'm cool with the asshole. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I know, and I'm just not. It's just a difference in perspective, I think, but it doesn't make one better than the other.
Right. It doesn't, and I'm no better than the people who are doing. I'll admit this. I'm no better than the people doing it that done it to me that made me do it. Because guess what? I had every option to say, fuck it, I'm going to keep being the bigger man. The more I've been the bigger man or the better person, the more they came at me. So I said, fuck it, you damned if you remember the old saying, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. So I would be damned if I do, damned if I didn't. Might as well have a little bit of fun and some shits and giggles out of it. And that's what
really get some of it off your chest, like from all of the bullshit that you take and receive all the time. I don't blame you for getting some of it out. I totally understand what you're doing.
Now here's what I will say.
It's just a different way of doing things, and I wish that I was a little more your way. Sometimes I'm too soft, and I end up on the bad end of things because I don't have enough stand up and don't back down in me.
I don't know about that because I don't know you actually personally. I know you to an extent. Before it's personal, we've seen each other. Now, if you come up here and I want to drink some goddamn skull, I can drink some skull. I can't drink no skull off your dollar, so I understand that. So I'm cool with that. I want to make that shit clear because you think you great clown, man. You got me twisted.
That's so funny.
And you white. Nah, I'm playing with you. I'm going to make some jokes with you because it's like,
honestly, after the first drink or two, it doesn't matter what brand it is.
Yeah, no, I'm just elated to talk to you right now because they like, Liz don't ever call into your show. Liz,
no, I've never called in before, but I don't have enough internet bandwidth to use StreamYards or Skype. But if you have a phone number to call in on, I can do that.
Oh yeah.
So I just decided I would call today.
Right. Yeah, but you've always been stand up, and I can I already know whatever criticism you got towards me is genuine, and I can respect constructive criticism. I just can't respect or accept constructive hot dog in the buns with ketchup, blood.
Right. Well, that's not constructive. It's not constructive when it's disrespectful.
Facts. And it's like, I don't know. It's just like, this is really crazy. And it's like, I don't even agree with what I'm doing right now. I don't agree with what I'm doing with what I had to do to Strahan, May he rest in peace, but I'm going to still have fun until I get some respect because he didn't respect me or my family when he was alive. So I don't care. I do care. No, truth is I do care because it's not really hurting him because he's deceased. It's hurting his family that may come across my videos or anybody else's videos. It's going to hurt them. And it hurts me that happens, but I have to stop being a crybaby sometimes because sometimes I, quote unquote, can be a crybaby because of my emotions.
Well, they made the rules of the game, and they forced you to play by them. So you really have no choice.
That's how that's exactly where I'm coming from. But I don't agree with what I did today. But I'm laughing at what I did today. But I don't like myself for what I had to do. But I got to toughen up. You know what I mean? I got to toughen up and stop showing love to people that's not showing love to me back.
I agree with that.
I have to, and this is the way that I cope with it. So people who can understand that, fine. People who can't, I understand why y'all can't. But those of you defending the person that did it way before I came in, and he did it for no reason, but everything that I'm doing is justified. In the sense of, let me say this, everything that I've been doing negatively on social media is justified based on what has been done to me that's not justified. But let me back up a little bit. Nothing I've had to do and coming and doing like what I'm doing today is actually justified to me from my heart. What I'm doing to Strahan, what I'm doing to the two pastors that rock with Tommy and been supporting him and all this and all that, and they're supposed to be ministers and that, it's not justified. It's justified in the sense of what I can prove with them, but it's not justified based on the fact that ain't how I was raised. But just because I was raised a certain way, that don't mean that I can't defend myself in another way that I feel is justified based on what I'm faced with.
Right. You don't have to explain it anyway. It's so clear. I mean, it's obvious and it makes sense. It's really predictable based on what you've been through that at some point you would fight back. Like I don't think you have to justify what you're doing because any normal person would be doing what you're doing.
I don't agree with that. Normal, you already know how I feel about
No,
that.
I know you're not normal at all. I know that
Any,
much.
any regular person, let's just say regular, not normal, because normal is doing what
Typical
everybody else
person,
does.
typical person. Let's use typical.
Thank you. I like that too. That'll work. Just not normal, because normal has been
Oh, I know.
twisted. Like, why can't you be normal like everybody else? So you're telling me to be like everybody else. You know, one thing I hate about normality? I hate the fact that they made all our children in different states wear the same clothes. Because if one commits a crime in school, they all look alike, don't they? Unless your skin color is different. So
I didn't really thought about it that way, but I guess so.
No, because it's been some school situations to where, everybody, well, you got to wear these colors, so dress code,
Like
right?
uniform or dress code, something like that.
Right. So it's been some kids that have done certain things, and then they describe the person, but you're damn near describing if it's a white person that does it, or it's a Latino person that does it, or it's a black person that does it in the school and school complex. It's like they give a description of that person. Well, what did they look? How tall were they? They were 4'3", 5'7", 5'6", whatever. They were. What color were they? Or they were black, or they were Latino, or Mexican, or they were white. What did they have on? Well, they had the same clothes on that everybody else in the school got. It's like, what are the odds of them snatching up the wrong person and expelling or suspending them from school? And there's been news stories on this where a lot of children have been expelled, suspended, kicked out, or even arrested because they fit the description, because they didn't took the aspect of every black person, that hoodie on or whatever, whoever it may be, fitting the description of being pulled over in real life. They didn't brought that into the schools in regards to our children. I have a serious problem with that. I hate the school dress code. If a child can wear Jordans or
it's to the best of society too. I mean, that fits the description crap is the justification for every way that people are mistreated and discriminated against through adulthood. Fits the description, so we can harass you, we can stop you on the street, we can pull you over on the road. We can treat you badly because you fit the description. It's bullshit.
Right. That's just like when I talked about this years ago, right, Liz? Which was the movie Roots. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, right?
Oh yes.
Okay, so when I was young, under 18, was the first time I seen the movie Roots, right? I'm gonna tell you something. I hated white people.
I've heard you talk about that.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's what I'm referencing. I hated white people. I don't know if I really hated white people, but I know I felt like I hated white people.
Right.
And we used to go out, and if you were white, you fit the description of the white people in Roots.
Right. Well, that's what it's like to be black. I'm sure. I'm not black, but I'm sure that's what it feels like to be black, is you're going to be treated badly because of your skin color.
But today, though, here's the difference, though. When I educated myself on what was really going on, and when I educated myself that all white people are not a part of that culture that tried to destroy us as quote unquote black people, I had the opportunity, and I seized the opportunity to separate the real from the fake, the enemies from the allies, regardless of color. And I had to tell myself that I was doing some fucked up shit, but I was a child, and I could say I knew no better, but I should have known better. And we was going out beating up white boys. I told the story because of the movie Roots. And the older I got, it pissed me off that I was engaged in that, because they had nothing to do with what happened to my ancestors, as people call them, back in the days. They had nothing to do with it. I'm glad I was able to wake up and realize what life was. Now, I still engage in things that I shouldn't, like this stuff. But once my family is made a target, I will not stop till I die, until I get my revenge.
Right. I am glad that your family doesn't seem to be a target based on race. So at least there's at least it's not a racial thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Because that,
they're not. I mean, with some people online that want to say you niggers and that don't bother me because that's normal.
right,
That's normal.
that's just
That's normal.
ignorance,
But
right?
as far as law enforcement and all that, I don't see that. You see, law enforcement at they've been to my house hundreds of times in 4 years over this
I know,
internet stuff.
I know.
Not
It's
once,
crazy.
and over all the years, only one black cop ever came to my house. Do you know
Wow.
that I've received the utmost respect from all the white cops that ever came to my house?
Well, it's sad that you even have to make a distinction that way to say, gosh, these white people have treated me fairly. That should be something you should be able to expect, rather than it be an exception. Like, wow, these white people treated me decent. That should be the norm. That should be a given, and it's sad that it's not. Like, even when you talk about me, you talk about getting respect for me and I don't look like you. But that's sad, that you have to
You
draw a
don't
distinction
look
there.
like me because you're a woman and I'm a man.
Well, right.
But the color thing, I get what you said.
Right,
Exactly.
right. It just happens that our skin colors are different. I'm as pale as you are dark. So.
Hold up, though. What? When you bleed, do you bleed white or do you bleed
no,
red?
I don't actually.
What color you bleed?
I bleed red.
I think I've cut myself before and I've bled before. I think my blood red too. You got
Right.
a heart? You got a heart like boop 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 boop. You got one of them?
Yes,
Do you have lungs?
I do.
Do you have kidneys?
I do.
I got two
I
legs.
think
I got two
I
legs.
assume
How
I
many?
do.
Okay, how many legs you got? I got two. How many you got?
Also, two.
Okay, I think I got two arms. How many arms you got?
Agreed. Two.
I got two eyes. I got two ears. I got a mouth and a nose. You got that too?
I do.
So you saying really the only difference between us is the color of our skin?
Right. Pretty much.
Okay. I'm just asking questions.
Isn't it amazing what a huge difference skin color makes, and it's so unimportant?
Yeah, because we all the same on the inside, correct? Except
Right.
for the
It's
heart,
amazing
though.
to me that people care about skin color when it's totally irrelevant.
Right. Because I don't like Donald Trump, right?
I don't either.
Donald Trump trying to do some shit. Hey, I don't like him, and I ain't gonna get into all that. But he doing more shit than Barack Obama did, ain't he?
Oh God, don't get me started.
And I don't like now one. I didn't like Barack Obama racist ass. He was right. Yeah, Barack Obama was a homosexual too. You ain't know that?
We should probably leave politics out of this.
This ain't no politics. This is who Barack Obama was in real life, but we can leave that. I didn't like him, period, because I knew of him before he knew of himself. Well, I ain't gonna say he knew of himself, but I knew of him and about him before most people did. And I was never cool with him because here's the thing. People run around and say we got a black president, but last time I checked, Barack Obama, mama is white.
Exactly.
And his daddy is black, right?
White as he is black.
And his daddy is black. His daddy's black, right? Well, his daddy is African, but it falls under the black, right?
Right.
So what I'm saying is, why would we say that we have a black president when our president is half black, half white?
Well, because historically it's always been the one drop rule. If you have one drop of black blood in you, that makes you black. It's just part of the systemic racism that's in our country.
That's why I don't like the history. Historics.
Right.
That's why I don't go with it, because it's bullshit.
Right.
Barack Obama was equally as much white as he was black. He was if we was to say what our president was when Barack Obama was in, I'm going to say something no one has ever said. I would say Barack Obama was a neutral race president.
I think that's as objective and fair as anything that's ever been said.
But he ain't done no better than the rest of the damn presidents.
Nope.
So it doesn't even matter
really.
what color our president is, right? Well, it ain't our president. It's the president of the corporate United States, registered at Dun & Bradstreet to do business, correct? Has nothing to do with the people.
No, I know.
I'm one of the most intelligent people on social media, definitely in this sector, and I can prove it. If anybody would call in and have an intellectual conversation with me, that's why I receive the calls that I receive, because they know I know more than they would ever know.
Well, right, and they think they've taken it upon themselves to somehow balance the scale of justice. And then if you say something rude that they believe is rude, that they all now have permission to attack you for it. I don't know where they get the arrogance of deciding that it's their business to get involved, but they're really arrogant.
I would agree with their arrogance to get involved if they would show the same thing to Tommy, which is the reason that I'm here doing what I'm doing in this sector. If they show that same energy to him, then I will be okay with the energy they're giving me and mine.
Well, no, I mean, he gets blanket permission and celebration to do anything he wants.
Oh, like a blanket bond when we go into the government, like police departments that they don't have individual bonds themselves. They have a blanket bond that covers the whole.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah, see, we get there. They like, what are they talking about?
Well, you know, you can't have the same kinds of conversations with all people that you can with some.
What's the old saying? You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that would apply.
And Soto Nation wants their cake and eats it too. And you know who I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for the real people who like Tommy, who don't know who Tommy really is. I
do too. I was thinking about that this morning.
And I try to hope that this is why I play the throwbacks. I'm like, maybe they'll see where I'm coming from. It does not literally justify, you know, me or my comebacks because I'm stooping to that level. But if I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. Why not stoop to the level?
Right, exactly.
You know, that's literally how I feel. So it's like he came out and said and told everybody, True Freeman admits that his wife cheated on him and went and had a child by another dude, and he took her back.
Right. I mean, it makes no sense. Never mind the math totally denies the truth of that statement.
Right, but the truth is my wife's youngest son was murdered, which is my son, because I raised him since he was a year and a half. Ken, right? He was 26 years old. He about to be 27. My son turned 27 February 2nd. Excuse me. My youngest and my wife's youngest is the same age, but months apart.
Right. So how does she possibly leave you, go have an entire another pregnancy and baby, and then you take her back, and they both add up to 27 years old, and then, you know.
When we only been together, me and my wife and I have only been together 23 years, going on 24.
Right.
If both of our youngest is 27, or one's 27, one's 26, and he's no longer here. But at the end of the day, let's go with the 26. Me and my wife only been together 23, almost 24 years. It's impossible for her to have cheated on me with another man, and I took her back. And even if I did, that meant I loved her. Even if I did, that meant I may have fucked up and she went out, and who knows, we may have been broken up for 3-4 years and then realized that we are meant for each other and got back together, and in them 3-4 years she had another child. But none of that is true, and he pushed that message, and people have been attacking my wife off of that. My wife,
I know.
My wife had her.
That's true. That's ridiculous.
Right, my wife had her tubes tied.
It's so far-fetched, you know, and he said something different the very next day, clearly contradicting himself. They'll believe whatever he says. They don't care.
Yeah. And check this out. My wife, before we met, my wife had already made it to the point to where she would never have kids anymore. My wife, when I met my wife couldn't have kids anymore based on her choice. And my wife got herself fixed. She didn't want no more kids. Right.
I did the same thing. I always joke about being spayed. I got spayed.
We call it that. But yeah, that's what she did. So, and me, I chose to do the same before I met my wife, because my first child, when I got with my son's mother, Darius's mother, I wanted her to be my all. When I found out she was having sex with my friends, or who I thought was my friends, she was no more to me.
Right, you could. If anybody knows you at all, they would know that if she cheated on you, had a relationship with another man outside of your marriage, that you could never take her back and actually forgive her completely. You could. It's just not in you.
But no, but I did. But here's what I will say: I did forgive her. You know what I mean? Because we was young anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just can't forgive her for what she did, aiding and abetting my son when they went on Tommy's shit. And my thing is, let me tell y'all, regardless of what she did when we was young like that, I did some fucked up shit when we was young. I didn't do no fucked up shit like her, and in some cases I did worse, but it wasn't to that extent. You feel what I'm saying? Where a child was involved. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, even though I got my feelings about her, you know, she been married, you know, she a fair person to an extent, but what she done to me, she ain't never been fair, and her family ain't never been fair to me because they felt like I was 100% wrong, and I impregnated her when she was 14, when me and her was the same damn age, so we both were at fault. So it's
Right.
like,
She's
but
equally responsible for
right,
being there.
right, but they blamed me. But all in all, man, she, regardless of what I went through with the child support system, the lies, the scamming she did with the welfare system and all that, you know what I mean?
Right.
I
You're
knew
going to
this. I
overlook
knew
all
this
that
girl.
because
She,
there's a child involved. And
yeah,
you've taken the $25,000 hit because there's a child involved.
and I ain't paying no more of that. I'm not
I don't
paying that
blame you.
shit. They can kiss my ass. I'm not
I
behind
don't blame you.
$25,000 in child support. I can pull up my credit report right here in front of y'all and show y'all that it say TANF, not child support, because TANF is the welfare in the AFDC that one receives. I never received. I've never collected none of that. She did.
That's just more evidence of the fact that you let it go between you and her, and it wasn't personal, and you didn't retaliate or treat her bad. You know,
I did.
that's just pure evidence right there. It's prima facie, just right on your credit report. There it is.
Facts, and look what she keep doing to me and done to me by joining
Right.
Crispy. So
Right.
it is what it is.
I
But at the end
think
of
she
the day, I
doesn't
still
understand the context, the big picture of the beef between you and Tommy when she did that. I'd like to think that she didn't know exactly what she was doing, but Darius did.
Yeah, Darius definitely did. Now I gotta, you know what? You just made me think of something. It's like, and she ain't came back since. So then I'm like, maybe, you know what I mean? It is what you just said. It's like she literally didn't understand who Tommy was and what it was about. But based on Darius being her first child,
Right.
she believed him. But then again, then I have a problem with that because she won't even let Darius stay at her house.
Right. And plus, she had an obligation to research what she was getting into before she did it.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to excuse her. I'm just trying to understand.
Right. And I could never understand because she didn't been to my house. She, even before we moved here, she's always been invited to my house and in my family gatherings and all that. I told my wife, I'm gonna accept you with your kids and your kids' father. You gotta accept me with my son's mother. And it's always been like that. Jackie, my son's mother, didn't like that because actually, Jackie was trying to open her legs to me, while she knew me and my wife was together. And I'm like, I'm cool. I'm past that. I got a woman.
Right.
I'm good. And it's like I don't want to get too much into that. It's crazy.
Right. But let me make one comment about the Darius situation just while I got you on the phone.
Go ahead, sis. I mean, you
Let's,
can make any
let's say
observations.
everything is a clean slate for just a second. Just be neutral if you can. And what if Darius, I'm just as hypothetical only, and again, it's me trying to understand how all that played out because it made no sense at the time and it still doesn't make any sense why he would do it. But I thought about it a little bit. And what if he was very hurt and felt like he had been mistreated over a period of time? I'm not saying he was or he's right, but let's say he felt that way. But he decided finally one day to take the gloves off and hurt you back because he had enough. So he decided the best way to hurt you when the opportunity arose is to go on Tommy's show and talk shit. You can at least understand how he would get to that point. I'm not saying what he believed was valid, but if he felt like he finally had enough and decided to speak out and do something about it, it's sort of the same dynamic of how you finally reacted to the trolling and the stalking and the harassment.
Oh my God, good observation. But I'm gonna explain to you that is not the case because Darius never been hurt like that by me.
Well, I'm not saying he was. I'm certainly not saying that he was.
I'm not saying you are,
believed
but that's a great observation you made because I never thought of it in that sense. But I'm literally telling you, and if I whoop his ass, let's not get this twisted. I've always said from day one, I will whoop a kid's ass. I wouldn't beat a child. I discipline children. I mean, and it's legal. It's perfectly legal in the United States to discipline your child. And I've done multiple streams saying I'd rather whoop my child's ass with a switch, belt, extension cord, whatever the fuck it may be. I've never whooped him with a switch. I've never whooped him with a extension cord. I whooped his ass with a belt before. Multiple times, growing up, he went to school with guns and they thought they were real and they called me when I had custody of him and it, what I mean? So,
no, I understand.
But far as neglecting him and all that. It wasn't the case. It was like I took you in when your mama couldn't take care of you.
Right.
Me and your mama was not together. So I can
Right.
understand where you're coming from and the point you're making because it applies in a lot of people's life and situation. But Darius know better. Darius know that he didn't have. When Darius got out of prison, he walked to my house.
No, I know. I remember.
He stayed in my house 4 fucking months and didn't even go see his mother in person for the first 4 months he was out of prison. So tell me who was the real parent? Because if the mom was the real parent, Jackie, he'd have went to her and said, fuck his daddy. He came here staying in my house, lied to me about he wasn't on paperwork because I told him you can't be around these guns. If they find out you here, you gonna go back to prison. It's like,
You're gonna decide if you're mandatory.
He said, no, daddy, I ain't on no paper. I'm out scot-free. I trusted and believed. Lo and behold, he woke me up one morning and said he had to go see his parole officer. I'm like, I thought you wasn't on parole.
Right. Right. Well, it seems like he was very deceitful and manipulative about lots of things he chose not to tell you the truth about.
Yeah, there was no reason for him to lie to me because he knew I'd have had his back. Matter of fact, when he got out of prison, my young brother, spent damn near $2,500, bought him multiple pair of Jordans. Some of my homies from the streets that grew up, and Darius was their nephew, even though they ain't their blood. They bought him Timbs. They took him to the mall. That boy had that boy had money in his pocket. That boy had brand new everything. The day he got out of prison, that dude was looking better than any motherfucker on the block.
Right.
Right. We didn't even know he was coming home. He popped up. I looked up. My wife looked up and looked on the camera and said, Black. I said, what, babe? She said, I think that's Darius in the back. Look at the camera. And I looked. I said, oh my fucking God. Nobody
that's crazy. I can't imagine what that would feel like.
I walked out there, let him in. He was in my house for 4 fucking months. Never went to his mama house. Never nothing. He cannot stay one night in his mama house. And there's a reason why, and I'm not going to get into all that.
Right. I guess that my only point was it's not a huge surprise what people will do when they feel like they've been pushed by, when they're angry enough. Now, I'm not saying it's justified, but when a person gets angry enough and they've had enough, they do tend to lash out. It's like, backing a dog into a corner. Eventually, they're going to bite. And so in his perception, he probably had enough. And I'm not saying it's right. Again, I'm not saying he was justified, but probably that's what happened. He just had enough and just decided to bite back.
Now, let me tell you why he bit me when he didn't bite the person that he should have bit.
Right.
I'm going to tell you why. When Darius, on my birthday, October 28th, 2017. I went out because I throw parties. I threw my own party for my birthday. I bought all the food. I bought all the liquor. I bought all the everything. I even cooked. My wife was going to do it. No, my birthday, your birthday, baby.
I know for sure you're going to tell. I like so sad when it happened.
I like to do this shit anyway. I like to cook, whether it's my birthday or not. I like to do this.
I know. You should have a restaurant someday.
I don't wait on nobody else to do it, so that's what happened, right?
You should have a restaurant someday.
Huh?
You should have a restaurant someday.
Actually, after I get shit straight, I'm actually going to, if I live long enough, what I'm trying to do is get my house paid off because of the money I would come into based on the investment I put in on my house. I would like to pay my house off, sell my house, and buy my wife a restaurant. Buy us another house and buy a restaurant.
Okay, I didn't mean to divert you. I didn't mean to get off subject.
No, I've been told people that. So, that's what that is. So, on my birthday, right? I'm sitting at my computer thing when I've been uploading videos of the remodels, right? Of my home and the colors and my computer setup. So, everybody watching would know it. See, Darius had been out of prison almost a year. No, Darius had been out of prison about 5 months before they knew Darius was my son.
But you protected him at all costs, I remember.
They was looking at Darius and saw him on Facebook connected to my family, but they never knew he was my son because his name was not Darius Moore. He had a, street name or whatever the fuck. I can't remember what his name was. So they never knew he was my son. And I kept telling them when my son was in prison that, where your son at? I'm like, my son is doing good. He got his own family, which he did. I'm like, he got his own house, which he didn't. His house was a cell block in prison.
Right.
He got a job. He had a job. He didn't have a job. He was in prison, and he didn't work when he was in prison, collecting a couple dollars a day or whatever the fuck it was. But I lied to protect him from the shit that I was faced with. And when he got out, though, he went live in my house at my computer station that I was live in from after sitting up here and witnessing. Like sometimes I went live while when he got out of prison. I went live and he would wake up, scoot up to the chair and listen and try to comment, and I would tell him to be quiet. Don't talk on my stream. You can sit back and watch. Be quiet. Don't say nothing. Because he started commenting, trying to defend me. Listen, chill out, bruh. That ain't supposed to know you here. You feel what I'm saying? So he started seeing that people were supporting me. So he knew he could make some money offline. This would happen. He wasn't getting it off me. He wasn't getting it off himself. He ended up getting it off fucking Tommy. And Tommy figured this out. You feel what I'm saying? So I went on my birthday. I'm out shopping, getting the rest of the food because I fired up the grill, everything. I got my birthday shit online and every motherfucking thing. I private it or whatever now, but I got it. I can unprivate it. And while I was gone, and I had all my family over, grandchildren and other shit, and this motherfucker went live smoking weed in my house while I wasn't here. And when they seen that, they started attacking him. They attacked him. They attacked his Facebook. They attacked his mama, Jackie. I defended them. I got the video proof. I defended them. They went to them and told them that I was going against them and disrespecting them, and I went at Jackie this and that when I can prove I was defending her. I said, even though that was my baby mama and she took me in the court system, you know, the men's rights thing that Tommy was pushing, I said, I understand. And she was of underage like I was, and neither one of us had any business of having sex any fucking way. We created a child off of it. And when she got 18, people had got in her head, so she took me to child support, and I don't fault her for that. They went and told her something different, and instead of her researching like you said she should have, she went at me because Tommy paid my son $2,000 fucking dollars the first time he came on live right before Christmas. You see what I'm saying?
I remember. I watched it all play out.
I got every bit of proof that I need. So my son was like this because when my son came home from prison, I asked him. I said, so where are you gonna be staying, son? The first day he walked up out of prison, fresh out of prison, and popped up in the alley behind my motherfucking house. I said, you know, we chopping it up, we talking, we doing this, and I said, so what you gonna do? You on paper? You on the? No, Dad, I'm free and clear. All right, so where you staying? Well, you know, I'm gonna stay with Moms. I'm like, okay, cool. Next thing you know, it's 4 months later. He's still at my house. Ain't talked to his mom. Ain't never went seen her. No, nothing. And then he's sleeping on my motherfucking couch. At this time, I didn't know he was smoking Katie. He started leaving and he was smoking Katie then. I didn't know. He was sleeping to 2, 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? And shit like this, eating all my food, which I don't care about none of the eating the food and all that. But you sleeping on my couch on my brand new fucking $5,000+ furniture, and I don't even sleep on my shit.
Right.
And we got 3 bedrooms, and it was just me and my wife. What the fuck?
Exactly.
You know, you're not getting up. You're not going trying to get a job. My sister's husband got him a job. He fucked that up. And it was like, I got to the point to where I was like, so what you gonna do, man? Because you can't stay here.
Right.
I thought you were staying with your mom. He knew he couldn't go to his mom's house. That's why he came here.
Is that basically because her husband refused or because she refused?
Say that again?
Is the reason he couldn't go to his mom's because her new husband refused to allow it, or because she refused to allow it?
He didn't refuse, and she didn't refuse. Well, that's not true. They did refuse. But they refused, and I'm okay with their refusal.
So it was both of them. Not. It wasn't just him telling her what to do or her.
No. Their relationship wasn't like. I know that it's not like that.
Serious.
Their relationship is actually cordial and fair. I really do, and they're actually married.
Okay.
The reason is Darius. It had nothing to do with them. Her new husband. It was Darius. But that's
Okay.
her first son, so she's going to protect him by any means necessary, even lie for him, which is what
Right.
she did against me, the real dad. But at the end of the day, she didn't refuse him staying at the house because of her new husband and her new child. She only got 2 children.
Okay.
One with me and one with her new husband. I mean, me and her had our first child. You know, we had him at the age of 15.
Right. Y'all were still kids.
We
then.
separated before I was 18. And it's like she got to carry on with her life. So I don't have no problem with her having another damn baby by another man. She got to
No, not at all. That's just what people do.
It don't make her a BT 1000. It don't make her none of that shit. It just means
Sure
she
doesn't.
got to carry on with her fucking life. And if she chooses to create a life and a family with another man, that's fine. At the end of
Good
the
for
day,
her. Right.
right, me and her got a child together, right?
Yep.
But here's the thing: she knew more of Darius' sneaky ways because she didn't discipline him accordingly, and he felt like he could do it around her growing up
Oh,
when he couldn't do it around me, and he would hide shit from me. And when I found out, I got in his ass.
of course.
Mom, though, you know how moms are, and I can't knock her for it because you know moms are loving.
All moms.
But, no, I'm just saying, all moms are loving. Well, not all moms are loving, right? But
I'm just saying.
the
I'm
loving
just
moms,
oh,
it's like at the end of the day, even though you know your child wrong, you're not going to tell the police on your child so the police can kill him. You're going to defend your child and say he didn't do it to keep your child alive. So we understand what that is, right? So that didn't make her a bad person at all. It was like she was defending her first, and at that time, only son.
Yep.
I'm talking about prior to the new child, right? And
Okay.
on top of that, when Darius, she knew what I'm saying is she knew more of Darius' sneaky ways than I did, even though he lived with me for years, because he was able to get over on her for so many years. And even though she got in his ass on certain occasions, it was like he knew he could push his mom further than he could push his dad because he can't push me at all. So it's like I don't need
putting up with it, so she knew what he was doing.
that. Well, we would think she would, right? So
Right.
the fact of the matter is, the question you asked me about was it he couldn't stay with them because of her or him. It was neither. It was both of them, but it wasn't for the reasons that people may perceive it to be. It was based on the fact that he didn't respect her household, where her or her husband, where her and her husband are paying bills in that motherfucking place. I don't care how old you are. When you living in my house, you do what the fuck we say when we send you abide by our rules.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how old you are.
And he feel any child knows that they can get over on their mama more than they can their daddy. He knew he could do that with his mama because she set the stage for that. She has to live with that. Now, that is the basis why he really couldn't live with them. It wasn't about her new husband. Her new husband said, fuck him, that ain't my child. I don't believe that. Because I done met the dude multiple occasions. He done been at my goddamn house.
No, I wasn't suggesting that was the case. I was just being nosy, just curious.
No, I'm good. I'm cool with this. I'm cool with the question. I'm very fine because it explains what the situation is for those who don't know.
Right.
And what people don't know is he cannot go. If Darius would have to live in the streets under a bridge before he can go to his mama's house.
I agree. I understand.
And I don't knock her for it because, for one, when he goes to her house, she's the one paying the bills, and her husband is paying the bills, and they also got an underage child to look after and have to take into consideration in regards to the situation. And Darius don't respect nobody at all. That's the problem. That's why he's not welcome there. It ain't nothing like she like, fuck him, I got a new child, fuck him. No, it's not like that. Because if that was the case, she'd have never went on Tommy's show and shitted on me for Darius. She did that for the love of him, but he ain't welcome in her house to stay.
I gotta interrupt you 1 second. My dog's out barking at the band in the yard. Come on, Eddie. Come on, Teddy. Come on. Listen. That's just little nuts.
Right. So
They think they're big.
oh, that's not right. But with me
Okay,
and
so go
Darius,
ahead. I got him in. They're not barking at him anymore.
but with me and Darius in the situation of his son's mother, you know, my son's mother, it's like she defended him because that was her first child. Cool. But why you have to throw me under the bus and lie on me? That's what I don't get. I'm cool with the defending him because that's your son, but you defending him against his daddy that you know ain't lying. Because he can't even, you can't, look at Darius' Facebook. You don't see now photo of Darius in the house, in his mama house. You see photo, well, he didn't remove him now, but you saw him at my house.
Right. I've never been on his Facebook, but I've heard you talk about it.
He ganged up against me to protect his image and his mama's image when I wasn't never shitting on his mama's image. I still don't blame her for child support right now today. Because at the time it took place, she turned 18 and they was in her ear, her mom and her family saying, sue him. Because I'm telling you, I was out here getting that money. I was out here getting that. I was out here selling, man, listen, I was out here doing my shit. You know, oh, take him to child support. And she did. I met my wife when I was, my wife that's upstairs right now. I met her when I was 18, 3 months before I turned 19. I met my wife within a year of me getting out of Indiana Boys School, DLC 941586. I met my wife. I got 941586. I went to boys school. I got out of boys school in 96. Met my wife the end of 96, I think it was. I don't remember the year. I just, we've been together 23. You see what I'm saying? So, you still there? You don't go. All right, she'll probably call back in, Wilson. But yeah, I don't have no problem. It's just like what the truth is, man. And I really don't care. It ain't none of y'all, most of y'all business. It doesn't matter. But when a family member comes on and tries to shit on you and lie, then it's people's business. You understand what I'm saying? Then it's people's business. So it is what it is. But I've been with my wife since I was 18. We still together. So that tells you the length of me and my son's mother's relationship. At the end of the day, she the God-fearing woman that got to pay for what she did to me, if what she believes is real. So, you know, let me go to the chat because it clicked her off. And that was a good conversation. So I'm getting ready to end. Damn, why is that not? Hold up for a second. Hold up for a second, because I'm not for sure. Because something coming through my phone. I'm trying to make sure that's not her trying to call me back. Because it's not. What the fuck? That's why it's not. I feel sorry for my wife. I don't really feel sorry for my wife. My wife is okay. What are you talking about? Let me do this. Hold up for a second there. Hold up. Let me try some. I got my cool Google hooked to my phone, but I'm not going to answer that. Call her back. That was her calling back. Hello? 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 Yeah, it's coming to my cell phone and not through. Oh, damn, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Hello? Yeah, it's not, for some reason, it's not allowing it to come back through my computer. I got it set up on the computer. It's coming through to my cell phone. So, and I had to say,
I'm on a landline, so I don't know if it was me or not.
right, and I had to stop it because it might have said a certain thing. So I said, the hell with it. That they can hear you now. So I said, we got cut off. She'll call back in. But yeah, that's the gist of that. So, it's just that really hurt, especially when the lies came in and all that other mess, with that. But
I know it did. I can't imagine what that would feel like to be betrayed by your only biological son.
yeah. It's more so him, not her. I mean, I expect that to her. She ain't got no direct connection except for him.
It's her, what are you gonna do? But your son, that's different.
Yeah, definitely. On top of that, this is the worst part of what Darius did, right? Was the fact that Tommy has attacked Darius' grandmother. That ain't got nothing to do with this. Tommy has attacked his mother, which she didn't have nothing to do with this originally. Tommy attacked Kenny, which Darius said, "That's my brother, Dad. Why you saying that about me?" And blah, 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 blah. I love that was my brother. But you went and linked up with a person who attacked everybody in your family. If it was me you hated for whatever reason, that was one thing, which is untrue, but oh well. But he attacked people in your family directly blood connected to you, and you went linked up with that dude for a check.
Yep, and they did it publicly too. It was just almost as bad as you could get.
Yep. And that's why I don't want to see the dude ever again, I promise. I promise.
And it would be very hard to put trust back into that relationship. It's nearly impossible.
Well, I thought maybe at one point that it would be possible, but you're right. But it's not nearly impossible. It's absolutely impossible. I would never trust him. He didn't do it once. If he did it once, and I forgave him.
He did.
After I forgave him, which is public, he did it again. And then I said, I'm done. And he did it like 5 more times.
Oh, wow. I don't know about that.
With other people. He did it twice with Tommy, and other people that were trolling donated to him, and he popped up on Troll's show shitting on me.
Wow.
It's impossible at this point. I don't care what happens. I can't really say that because I do care what happens to him, but man, it is what it is, man. I'm on mourning. I'm going to keep on fucking moving. And I'm going to say, well, at least if they get him, he deserved it.
Well, right.
Son or not. Yeah, he put himself in the mix, so that lies on him, and it's going to hurt me if something happens to him. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna be like, it is what it is. He put himself out there like that, jumping in this shit.
Yep, it's a shame. I hate it for you and I hate it for your family. It's just a tragedy all the way around.
No, do you know the worst part of it though? My wife had 2 sons.
Right.
Darius, thank you. Darius and Kenny, she lost both. My wife, when Darius did that, man, it tore my fucking wife up. Matter of fact, I'm going to prove something, right? I want y'all to add, who are not you, because I know you don't mess with Tommy like that. I want the people who rock with Tommy, tell Tommy to release the first audio, the entire stream of Darius on his show first. And I want y'all to see how much respect he gave my wife. He actually called my wife Mama, because that's what he called. He never called my wife Donna. Never in his life. He called her Mama. Guess why? And this ain't no disrespect. This ain't no disrespect to his mother. But let me say this. This is not no disrespect to his mother, but this is the truth. My wife was more of a mother to Darius than his biological mom was, and Darius called her mom. He showed that on.
Honest that way, they don't lie. So he named her Mama because that's what he believed about her.
Yep.
The same with Kenny. That's why you're Kenny's dad. It's because Kenny made you his dad. You know? Kenny decided you were his dad, and you decided you were his dad, and that's that.
Yep. And it's just crazy. I'm more upset at Darius what he did to my wife. That was the best mom more of a mom than his biological mom was. Just like I was more. You know what's crazy? Me and my wife been together 23 years, almost 24, basically. I think I've been saying 24, but it's 23 years, right? You know what's crazy? I was more of a father to her son than his real father was, and she was more of a mother to my son than his mother was. I just thought about that for the first time within this conversation. And it hurt her dearly. And it was like, she called me. She couldn't even work that day because he couldn't get at me and he saw it wasn't affecting me. He called her and out of the blue, called her bitches and hoes and said, you about to get it too, and blah, 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 blah. And she called me crying. And my wife a rider. My wife will blow your brains out just like I will. But being her son, my wife was broken off of that.
It's almost worse than a death. It's almost worse than a death because he did it aggressively and made it personal and attacked her.
For no reason. For no reason.
He was going out of her life. It almost makes the loss of him worse because he did it in a personal, aggressive, hurtful way.
Right. Like, she's still to this day, like, you know, damn, I hope you and Darius, because she's still giving it. I said, baby, let's leave that alone. Darius no longer exists to us because here's the thing, right? My wife got one son and daughters, right? And here's the thing. She had two sons, including Darius. But my wife ain't got no sons and my daughters ain't got no brother. They did have two brothers, but they lost two brothers. My daughters lost two of their brothers and my wife lost two of her sons almost simultaneously. And that fucked my family up. That literally did.
Of course it did. I mean, it's a huge loss. Huge. It's undescribable what it would do to a family.
Yeah, and it literally hurts. It still hurts to this day. And it's like they could call him and he can call them anytime. He would call them and talk to them about shit that he wouldn't talk to us about because that was his sisters. You know, he would talk to them, and when Kenny was alive, his sisters and brothers, he would call them and talk to them, and then they would tell us, but they'd be like, don't tell Darius we told you, number one. And number two, don't get at him like that. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you do, here's what our daughters and our son Kenny said. Because if you do, we're not going to tell y'all nothing else. Darius calls us about everything. And we didn't know about this shit. So when they told us, they just told us to go light on him. Because if we didn't, they wouldn't tell us no more. That's how much love they had for him. You know? And it was like for him to play both sides of the family, his biological side and his quote unquote, I say adopted side. It's like it hurt both sides. And he still to this day don't understand it. So ain't nothing we can do with it. There's nothing we can do with it or about it. We just have to move on and carry on with our life.
Right. And hopefully someday he will mature enough and come around and think about it a different way. You know, and that we can at least put some peace on it from his end. You know? Yeah,
because he ain't got to worry about peace on my end. I'll go to my grave how I feel right now. I still love him, but I don't want nothing else. I could never, here's the thing, dude, I'm being honest. I could never trust that dude ever again in my life, so I don't even want to say it. I don't. I can't trust him. One time, okay. 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, all the time. No. I don't ever want to see him again. I don't. I wish the best for him.
It's a sad situation. You know, nobody wishes that on you, or I don't anyway. I'm sure somebody out here might wish it, but it's just a terrible, tragic situation all the way around.
Right. Yeah, but I wish him the best. I hope he gets himself together, but just do it without me, because I'm good. You know, and remember, I wasn't shit anyway, according to what you told Tommy. So you could, whatever you saying that I wasn't in your life, which is a lie. That means that I ain't played no part in how you turned out, according to you. He doesn't understand what he's saying and what it's doing to him. He got to live with that, not with God, with himself on the face of this earth today, day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour, second by second, year by year. He got to deal with that. And I got to deal with what I do. And I'm willing to deal with what I do and what I've done and my responses. So
he isn't going to deal with it, you know?
Facts.
He won't be able to because he's not seeing things from an objective point of view. So it's you know it's never going to happen while he's still using.
Yep, exactly. It's just crazy. I wish him the best and everything. It's just I can't I can't I can't deal with it because even when Buddy Lee called in the last clip, they got me crying. Hey, you looking like a fool. Yeah, bitch, I was crying. That's why. You feel what I'm saying? Why? Because my guy Buddy Lee called in and he asked me an honest, sincere question about my son. Notice how you mentioning shit that would normally make me cry. Notice how I'm talking about this situation. I didn't cry at all the tears. I can cry. I'm ready to shoot now. I'm ready to take lives now if need be. I didn't cry at my tears. I'm good.
There may be more tears later. Sometime they come.
I'm for sure there will be. They won't be online for sure. You know what I mean? Because people don't understand the pain. It ain't like I got a bunch of other biological kids I can go to and get my love from. Thank God I can get love from my kids that I accepted into my life, my daughters. But there's no love like the love you could receive from something that is like a physically 100% a part of you. I mean, it's just like, and I only got one biological child. That's it. So, if it wasn't for my wife, I don't know, and her having kids, I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing right now. I'd probably be crying every damn day. No, seriously, because I would have nothing else. I would have nothing to fall back on. Thank God. And my daughters is hell, man. I didn't wanted to choke their ass half the time, but man, they love the shit out of me, and I love the shit out of them. They, get jiggy sometimes. I get jiggy, and it's just like we do it to a different extent. You know what I mean? Like for instance, when they grew up, I used to talk about this legal shit, right? And this government shit, like even with this coronavirus, right?
Yeah.
Now, one of my daughters, right? She every time she talked to us or her mom and shit, she was like, hey, and we're black bug out shelter. Cause he raised up when we was growing up, he was always talking about this stuff and we didn't believe him, and now it came to fruition. Where's all the shit that he planned for? It's like they're realizing that the things that they went through growing, I whooped their ass and everything. You ain't my daddy. I've been through all that. But when they got older and had kids of their own, they understand why I did what I did. That's why I love the shit out of them, regardless, because at the end of the day, you don't see none of them. And Tommy didn't approach them. I can actually have them come over to my house and open up their inbox and show you how Tommy didn't approach them and got them to flip on me. And they're not even my biological kids, and they told him to go fuck himself.
That is so low class.
But my son went against me, though.
Yeah.
You can you understand my pain?
Of course I can.
I'm like, are you serious, dude? But they like, well, he was telling us about all this shit that's happening right now today. They grew up listening to it. Say that again.
It wasn't like they were trying to help him. They were just using him.
Right.
They don't give one shit about him, and they hate you.
Yep.
They were just using him. It's not like they were trying to do something good by reaching out to him. They're just using him and manipulating him and making him look stupid to hurt you.
And he knows, but based on his situation, which people go through shit. So I don't consider him less of a man for what for drugs or whatever he was engaging in, and for the fake weed and the prescription lean or whatever it is. He ain't never smoked no crack. For as I know, none of that shit. But for his lean, that's still a drug, and for his K2, that's incense. It's like I don't understand it. So it's just like it ain't meant for you. You wasn't raised like that. You shouldn't be using that. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, so I didn't X him out. It's just like the things that you do in life, I'm not going to allow it to affect me and my household. If it does that, then we got to X you out. And for him not to understand that.
When you have an addicted child, you're supposed to, it's a couple of model. I'm sorry, I can't be a part of this. You have to take care of yourself, and I have to be okay whether or not you make it.
Right. That's that love them from a distance.
That's exactly what the clinical model would suggest you do in this situation.
Yeah. Yeah, but it didn't cause strain and strife and pain, but it is what it is.
Horrible. I don't wish it on you at all, and I hate that it's been a part of your family. I hate it.
Right. So do I. I just. Only thing that I hope from it, even though I think that our relationship never could be restored at this point, I just hope that he restores his life to what it should be, and that in itself will make me happy. He doesn't have to be around me.
That's exactly what a father would say.
I don't wish to. I've said some things. I don't give a fuck if he died and this, that, or other. People know. I'm saying that out of spite. I wish the best for him. Rather he fuck with. I'm not fucking with him no more. So that's done data. So there's no conversation again. And the only reason we made up damn there is because my brother called me crying with Darius crying, and they wanted to come over and talk to me. And that's when I forgave him the first time, and then he did it again. So I can't do it no more, but I wish the best for him because that's the only thing that can carry on my legacy, even though he abandoned my legacy, which is my grandchildren. You see what I'm saying? But he's still young enough to still have more kids. He's still young enough to get back in his children's lives by the time they reach 18 or whatever, because he didn't lost all control over that. There's nothing he can do about it at this point. So they're gone. You know what I mean? For this point in time. But that there will be no more True Freeman or Tyra Moore, directly without Darius or my grandchildren. It's just done. And that's heartbreaking. I don't think people understand that. It's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking. It's a tragedy. It's awful.
Yeah. But, I wish him, the best and everything just for himself. Don't worry about nobody else but yourself like you've been doing, but just worry about yourself in the best way, not the worst way. And I think that's where he got things mixed up at right there. It's what's good and what's bad for him.
Any real parent wants their children.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course you feel that way.
And some parents will say some shit after a child and cross them to this stand and keep defying them. And then especially when they get of age to where it shouldn't even be a topic of discussion, and they continue to do it to shit on their parents. And then when we got this social media, you do it publicly and make it worldwide and then lying and all this and that. It's like it's a serious problem being created with the social media. If it wasn't for social media, I don't think it. Matter of fact, I know for a fact if there was no social media when that happened, this would never have gotten to this point. They'd probably be living with me right now.
You're totally right. You're 100% right about that.
But it is what it is. So I got to live with it and deal with it, and he got to live with it and deal with it. His mom got to live with it and deal with it, and people online that don't give a fuck get to laugh about it. Okay.
Exactly.
It is a part of life. So. It's just sad, and I just.
I don't mean to ask you to talk about this. I know it's painful.
No, that's fine because some people may be listening that never knew of any of this. So, notice I didn't cry, did I? So it must have been definitely when Buddy Lee did it. Now fuck Buddy Lee. I don't know why I gave his punk ass a wrench, but now he know I'm fucking with him. He in the chat, I guess, still. But I was just messing with him. But he did it. When he did it, it was just like when he said it, it was still fresh, and it's still fresh still to this day. But I'm like, I know really not many people care about what my heart feels about my only biological son. So. They attacked me, and I didn't get that from Buddy Lee. So when he mentioned that, it was like automatically I had flashbacks, and it was like I broke down. That's what I did.
I think Lee is solid. I think he has been from the beginning. If he's a troll, then he absolutely got people to.
Man, if he a troll, he need to be supported financially. He need a belt like Crispy. He needs some awards. If he a troll, he really need big accolades. That's what I'll say.
Shout out to the troll Buddy Lee if he's a troll. I don't think he's a troll.
I literally don't either. And if he is, man, if I find out he a troll, I might let him stay. Because god damn, man, he the coldest troll I've ever seen if he is one.
I totally agree.
And you gotta respect that.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely got your back.
Yeah, so he ain't never made a mockery, even when the troll came in and tried to get me to go against him. you know, and I didn't really know that that's what that was at that point. It was like Buddy Lee still, you know what I mean? When he approached me publicly or privately, he still stayed the same Buddy Lee that I met. So I doubt that he what they claim he is. But if he is, man, I swear to God, for the first time in life, that's gonna be a troll that I'm gonna rock with.
Right, we'll celebrate the troll Buddy Lee.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah. So anything else, Liz? I'm gonna get ready to get it. You know, we'll talk many times.
I didn't mean to be on the phone this long.
Oh,
It's been like,
I ain't tripping, Liz. So, you know, I appreciate the call.
yeah, but
Go.
I can call back in another time.
Okay.
One day I'm going to have a talk with you about corporal punishment.
Oh, yeah. That's what I want to do that bad. I tried to before, but I was the only one talking. I want other people to come in.
100% in opposition to hitting children. So I think it'd be a lovely debate.
Oh, shit. You got your tap dancing shoes on? I'm gonna make your ass tap dance, Liz. No, I'll wait. You know what? I'm gonna try to set that up. We'll chop it up on the backside, and we'll have this corporal punishment debate or conversation. We'll say debate bill. Right. Right, and not only that, there's other people that may agree with your points, and there may be people who agree with our points, and maybe we can meet in the middle and come to something. Don't toot your horn too early, man. Listen, I'm the great debater. Remember that movie, Denzel Washington, The Great Debater? Yeah, watch out now. But no, I think that'll be a great show. Let me see what I can do to put that in the schedule, because I would like to open up the discussion and panel about that, which means that it shouldn't be no beef, drama, or trolling. And it's a good topic for those who are okay with corporal punishment and those who are not, to have a simple discussion with each other and just share ideas with each other. Now, let me say this since you brought that up, right? Let me say this before you go. Let me say on the corporal punishment side, one of the main bases of me being in support of corporal punishment is to this. If my son, right, just say I got a son that's 16 years old, which I don't, we hypothetically speaking, right? And he talking and bigging up to me, talking about whooping me and beating me, and then he rushed me to fight me. If I discipline him and use corporal punishment, I'm a child abuser. But if he does that to law enforcement in the streets, they will pull out their gun and shoot and blow his brains out, and I'll be burying him.
I don't disagree with you. When you're in the right in that situation, you should do anything you can to save your children's lives.
Right.
So I don't disagree with you. I just say if you get to the point that a 16-year-old that's throwing up on you like that,
it's too late.
A long time ago.
I agree with that point. Now, don't try to come and argue me on that point, because we agree on that shit.
I agree with you, but there's at least a context to put that in. I would do anything to save my child's life.
Right.
And if it meant putting marks on her or chaining her up to keep her from dying, literally from being killed, I'd do anything.
Right. And you can't follow some of these law enforcement officers either in regards to that, because some of these damn kids, goddamn it, look like adults anyway.
Right, of course.
So you can't. Oh, he's 16, but he looked 23. You see what I'm saying? So.
And when you a police officer, doesn't matter how old he is.
Right.
It's still a threat.
So I'm gonna set that. I'm gonna think about that, and I'll approach you probably, and then I'm gonna figure out when, like you got a day off or something, and it fits in your schedule, and a few other people, because I don't want it to be just me and you and I. I want multiple people to call in. Say that again. Right, on the panel at the same time, especially with a corporal punishment. And right now, kids ain't in school. Right now, we need to have this discussion. And if it ain't corporal punishment, it's stern punishment, even though you may not hit them. But make sure that in the time we in right now, I'm surprised we ain't had a bunch of kids being killed. You see what I'm saying? So, well, one right now is trying to struggle for his life. I don't think he was one that was killed yesterday. 3 people were shot not far from me. Well, it's been it was about a mile from me. off of Emerson. You can Google it. 2 people died, and it's a child that got shot, but they ain't made clear whether the teenager got shot or the youth got killed. He did get shot. I don't know which one is in the hospital, but it's like they're out here running the streets amok, and it's something us as parents have to do, or at least we have to take proper precautions or proper actions, whether it's actual physical discipline, a verbal discipline, or what it is. But I agree with you. If they 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years, they're 17 years old, still living in your house, and you having these problems, it's too late. It's too late at that point.
It really is, but you have to start being a parent when your child is born.
Facts.
And I'm not a fan of, I don't believe in punishment, I believe in discipline.
Facts.
So we're having a great talk.
All right, I'll get with you, Liz. And thank you for your support, sis. And you made my day. You made my day for the call today.
My pleasure. I appreciate your time too. And shout out to all the Rio.
All right.
Everybody, take care. All smoke.
All right, peace, Liz. Love you.
Okay, love you too.
Yep.
Bye.
Wow. Bye. Man, that just made my day. That's a great way to end the show. I've been on too long anyway. Let me get to this chat. I'm not taking no more calls, so hang it up. Let me get with this chat before my wife kicked my ass. She probably want to do that anyway. Let me scroll up in this chat. Well, there wasn't much said in the chat. I remember them posting the number in the cash apps. Nothing came of that, but Liz calling in cool. According to the Constitution, if you have 1 drop of black blood, okay, that was off of Liz and I's comment. Black blood, you are black and not considered a human. Hashtag facts, right? 3/5 of a human, which means that you part human and part animal. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what they're saying. Anyway, all smokes. Any comments, make them now, because after I get to the last one, I'm out of here. That conversation right there is how I'm going to end this show today. Been live 5 hours for like $10, but it ain't about the bread. So I'm good, and I love what happened today. Look what it turned into. Now, and Lola out here doing it. Everything passed by. I got to get her back in here. So all smoke says to go on this show once, okay, maybe you needed the money or whatever. It was right before Christmas, November, when he did that, 2017. And he knew he wasn't getting it from his dad because he could have got went and got it on his own, but he wanted somebody to pay his way, which I'm not doing, and he know that. So whatever money or whatever, but to keep going back, and nah, bro, you fucked up. Facts. Liz says true. The college, okay, I didn't see that. That was her before I got back in. It was coming through my phone and not the computer. If it came through the computer, it would have said a little bit too much. So I'm glad I just accepted the phone call through my phone. All smoke says exactly. It wasn't just twice. It was like 5-6 times, and he went on Troll show doing it. Life goes on, sure does. You know what I mean? All smoke says blood or no blood. Some things you gotta hold people feet to the fire and make them accountable. Facts. I'll make them accountable by where you can't call me for shit. And I've been the person you've been able to call. So Buddy Lee says, yeah, I'm here. Shout out to you, Buddy Lee. Now, I'll tell you this, Buddy Lee. If you are a troll, man, whenever you feel comfortable, I just said what I said. If you end up being a motherfucking troll, man, you welcome over here. And you're going to keep your rent and everything else. Because if you a troll, then Vic need to surrender them quote-unquote belts to you. You feel me? Making sense? Because ain't no motherfucker did it like you if you a troll. You know what I mean? So we got to respect that. You can't be a troll. If you a troll, you a hoe-ass troll because you don't know how to troll. You keeping it too straight 100. You being too cordial, too cool while quote-unquote trolling. So I don't know. You know what I mean? And frankly, I don't even give a fuck at this point. I'm going to tell you the truth. If that's what a troll is, man, send me any troll that's like Buddy Lee. You can be around quote-unquote Truth Nation and True Free, man. G facts. Be more like Buddy. If he a troll, and you troll saying he a troll, If y'all be more like him, you can get a wrench over in this bitch too. Just keep that same energy that Buddy Lee been keeping. You feel me? I tested some waters and took his wrench and all shit. I'm testing. I know Buddy Lee was shitty at certain points, but guess what Buddy Lee never did? You do the math. Let me read the rest of these comments. Shout out to Liz Malone and True Free Man too. Much love and respect. Appreciate that, Buddy Lee. Same to you, brother. All Smoke says 100. Buddy Lee says great convo. Shout out to the trio. And you know it's coming from the South, nigga. Real Spit says, yeah, great vibes, Liz. Buddy Lee is on the troll. We know. But if he is, though, we don't know. We think. But if he is, we like them type of trolls. Anyway, you have real supporters, true. Not many, but you do. Facts. True. All Smoke says KOT. A king of trolls? Nah. That boy seems solid from my point of view, POV. Right now, I made that joke, man. I said, goddamn it, if he a troll, then he needs the vaginal discharge. They just surrender them belts to Buddy Lee. Yeah, I mean, because he would be the Buddy Lee. This is one thing that people don't get. Watch them stop calling Buddy Lee a troll. Because let me explain something, y'all. If Buddy Lee is a troll, I swear to God, he got every troll to exist on social media beat. Hashtag facts. I'm about to. Hashtag facts. If Buddy Lee is a troll, why they keep saying he a troll, he got every troll on social media in this sector beat. So then they got to surrender him the belts then. And start giving him accolades for his trolling. See, they tried to make him out to be a troll to get me to flip on him, but I took his wrench, but I didn't block him, and I took his wrench only on one channel when he got wrenches on a lot of other channels. So he knew that I knew he wasn't a troll. I think that's what made Buddy Lee realize that I was playing a game. I was playing a game with the real trolls while they were trying to make a real man or a fucking fake troll. I don't know if that made no sense, but it made sense to y'all, but it made sense to me. But if he really a troll, they need to surrender them belts and drop their bread to Buddy Lee. Buddy Lee, create your cash app and tell them trolls to break bread because you done called this troll out in this bitch. I say the king of them. Y'all good, everybody. Man, damn, that Liz car can't take no more calls and ain't gonna go too much further, man. I appreciate the I say participation today. Even though, you know, it was solely supposed to be on the whole of these two. I'm pointing at them. Y'all can't see me on the screen. But we'll get back at them shortly, you know, another time. Not today, but another time. You know, shout out to everybody that came through. You know, show respect by being respectful. Show love by being respectful in my chat and on my show. Shout out to the two people, Liz and the guy from Chicago. Can't remember his name, my bad, brother. That called in and did that thuzzle, you know what I mean? Is hey, I'm getting in, I rock with you, man. You funny, you this, you know, whatever, bam. And then Liz holding that lengthy conversation with me that meant a whole hell of a fucking lot to me. And also people who listening to the show, you know what I mean? I'm not the person people trying to make me out to be. But everything I'm doing strategically, and y'all got the right not to agree with it. You know, and we still be cool. It's just the fact that I'm doing what I'm going to do to survive. You not great, take me down. You never take me alive. I'm getting high with my 4-5 Tupac. For real. I mean that. So, you know, appreciate it. That's you know, what it is. Take good care, y'all. I'm in my southern drawl, boy. Stay safe and well. Thank you for your time today, everybody. Peace to the real. Peace, Liz. I'm out of here. I'll get with you. Much love and respect. True as always. LOL. You already know. Jake says we are not all trolls. I know. Last couple of streams were awesome. I know everybody ain't trolls, but you gotta come at me a certain way, you know. So you can come at me and, you know, address what you may not like, but Put yourself in my shoes and see why I'm doing what I'm doing. You can say, I understand why you're doing what you're doing, but I still don't rock with it. I understand why you're doing it, and you well within your right to do it. I just can't rock with that right now. Yeah, cool. Understandable. That's being fair. A lot of y'all don't know how to be fair. So, appreciate those of you real people out there agreeing and disagreeing. But with that said, man, I appreciate y'all to the real True Free Man 317. Um, you need some more gun information? I don't like what? I don't, you know, like what? Only can give you a limited amount of gun. I mean, I can give you some gun information, but I mean, that's like too vague. Whenever I find time, if I'm going to address something, the gun topic, then I would have to start a stream and talk about guns, and that way maybe that could be the time that the question may be able to come up. Um, right now with this coronavirus, when I was doing gun talk long before this coronavirus, telling people to get their gun permits, go buy guns even if you don't have your gun permits, because you don't have to have a gun permit to be able to go buy a gun and walk out the store with it and take it home to protect you and your family. They didn't listen. I'm gonna wait till this kind of like corona over, and we'll get back in the gun talk and see who want to actually listen. Because right now, most gun shops are shut down. Most gun shops have been ordered to cease operations based on the fact that the federal government has stopped the background checks. The federal government ceased, and something came on yesterday or the day before, where they're, I think, in a couple, fucking Trump put a law in place or tried to or something, or the House of Senate, whatever the fuck. I don't really know. I looked at it. I was like, I don't care. I'm straight. I don't really care. They didn't care. So why should I? To where I think I think there was a law just passed that Trump put in place, or an executive order, shall I say. Let's not call it a law. Let's call it an executive order, to the point to where they have to do the background checks. So that means that people still can go and buy guns and all that. I'll look into that a little bit deeper, and I may drop that strain. But other than that, I'm pretty much cool until this corona shit and life get back to normal. And then we'll talk about guns again, and hopefully people listen. You're not a felon. You're not a criminal. You don't have to have a gun permit to be able to buy guns. You can have as many guns as I have without a gun permit, as long as you're not a felon. You just can't. I can take any gun I own and I can walk the streets with them over my shoulders. Of course, the police gonna pull me over, but I'm legal in everything I'm doing. It's not illegal to walk around with 2, 3, 4 ARs in your hands. It's not. It's unpractical. I will admit to that, but it's not illegal. So, and so y'all got the cash out. Mine's Ralph Bottles. Y'all know Ralph. I support that brother. Y'all know he doing it thizzle for shizzle. He feeding the people and everything else. Just start supporting the truth, and start more so supporting the truth and the real people. Even if the real people and the truth y'all don't feel is me, but support the real and the truth in reality, not in fiction. And the people that y'all rock with and things like that, and stop supporting people, to impress other people. Stop wasting your money to do that, because you make people like Thomas Jerome Harris, aka Tommy Sotomayor, and we don't need any more of them. And if we don't stop this man, right, from doing what he's doing and continuing to present to the people that what he's doing is profitable, and what I'm doing, and people like me and Ralph and others and Seven and others, good people who are doing, it's not profitable. Jay and other people, the good things we doing while trying to expose Crispy, while trying to still be respectful to an extent, and so on and so forth, as respectful as we can. When y'all start showing people that it's profitable to do the right thing, instead of showing people that it's profitable to do the wrong or negative thing, then more people are not going to want to do the negative thing. They're going to want to do the positive thing, because at the end of the day, Y'all, the saying is cash moves everything around me. Cash don't move everything around me. Cash can't move my family. Now cash may be able to move some idiots in my family that'll do some strange things for a piece of change. But the gist of my family, me, my wife, you can't pay us to do no fuck shit. You can't. We ain't with it. That ain't us. Certain people, you pay them enough money, they'll go assassinate their own mama for the right amount of money. So if more people start showing love to people like myself, people like Ralph, people like Seven, people like Jay from Jersey, people like, because Jay, he limited on he doing skits, but he calls in the people's show and he offers some good content. Now, Jay hard-headed, though. We all hard-headed, so I ain't even going to go in on Jay. We all hard-headed to an extent or at certain times. If you show more love to the real, we'll have less fake. That's the moral to the story. With that said, y'all got the apps, man. And y'all don't have to hit the apps. But call in sometimes to the shows, man. Bring some value to the shows. Bring some knowledge, intelligence. Bring some common sense first. And watch out before we get ahead. Not as black people, as people in general of all makeups of different ethnic backgrounds. But in the meantime, as long as y'all going at me and my family, I'm a motherfucking clown. And I can't be stopped, can't stop, won't stop. So fuck Bill and Hillary, Ice Cube, there ain't no killing me. Niggas don't believe that song, that niggas wrong. Gangsters don't live that long. True Free Man 317, I'm out. Shout out to the real. Peace. Enjoy the rest of y'all day.